Hello everyone, welcome to There Be Toys. Today we're going to be taking a look at the trailer for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. This is the very long-awaited sequel to the first movie. I can't believe it's happening. It seems like every 6 years there was rumors that there was going to be a sequel to the movie. I know way back then, like way back after the movie came out, maybe it was like in the early 90s they were talking about sequels, and it was just going to be like a direct-to-video or Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, like some very cheesy 90s type sequel. Each couple of years would go by, they're like, it's happening, and it just wouldn't happen. And finally, here we are. It's real. It's not a dream. Maybe it's a fever dream. I don't know. But I'm so excited. Now, I love Tim Burton, but it was The Nightmare Before Christmas that really did it. I mean, I love Batman, Batman Returns, Beetlejuice, Pee-wee's Big Adventure he directed, and I've liked so many other things that he's made since then, Corpse Bride and such. So this is just like right up my alley. Like, I cannot wait to see this. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I saw that first teaser, but like I'm so nervous. I'm so excited. Like, I cannot wait to see this. As you can imagine, this is a spoiler warning. If you don't want any theories or rumors or anything like that, any pieces connecting, don't watch this video because I'm going to discuss it all. Anything I've heard so far, any of the rumors about it, I'm going to just be trying to piece together to see if what we're hearing was true. So if you don't want to know, turn back now. Let's get into it and take a look.
Here's a preview. Be warned, it's intense.
Oh my God. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, they're at a funeral. We kind of knew whose funeral that was. Oh, I can't believe they're all back. Catherine O'Hara, I cannot believe it.
Dead. Death is hard. Sometimes I think life is harder.
Good boy. Sometimes life is harder. Oh, there's the statue.
When I was a teenager, a trickster demon terrorized our entire family and tried to force me to marry him.
Oh, he's got his picture. What is going on?
I believed he was gone forever until you found this in the attic. You know, who's Beetlejuice?
The ad.
Don't ever say that name, Beetlejuice. No, Astrid, I am serious. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
Oh my God, there he is.
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
Oh my gosh, oh my God.
The dead. Coexist?
Oh, the Shrunken Head guy's back.
That's what we're here to find out.
Oh my God, oh, she's wearing the red dress.
Where's Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice?
Oh my God, the Sandworms. Oh, stop motion too.
Feel free to express yourself. Don't be afraid. You're a figment of my imagination. Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?
Oh, this looks good. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so worried, but this looks really good. September 6th. Oh my God. All right. Okay. I've got to go back over that. Let's do this frame by frame breakdown, because that was, there was so much going on in that. I've got to piece it together. All right. I've got put my glasses on because old man can't see and needs needs a little help. Let's go through this bit by bit. First off, Winona Ryder. They have her looking exact same hair, and she looks the same. She was a teenager when she made that movie, and she looks the same. She's 50 now. I just can't even believe she looks exactly the same now as she did way back as a kid. Like, it's just amazing. And how great is it that Tim Burton was like, nope, she's gonna look exactly the same. She'll not have changed. She's got the same dark clothing. She's got the same exact hair. That's awesome. Like, how she looks is just incredible. Like, that was a smart move because she's so recognizable. That the whole Lydia thing is so recognizable now. So it starts in the town, in the woods and everything, and it starts on the funeral of what we know is most likely Charles Deetz. Now, there's a whole lot of reasons why the actor could not be in this movie. They're not good reasons, but so it appears that they have just offed the character for this. An interesting concept, though, right? I mean, it takes care of the issue at hand, but it a main character passing, and it is connected to Lydia and everything. That'll be interesting to see where or if that goes anywhere. And there's Catherine O'Hara. It's so interesting to me because, and you probably know this, is true as well, but Winona, Catherine O'Hara, and Michael Keaton have just become so big all these years later. And not that they weren't big then, but I mean, we're talking, what is almost 40 years ago now, that like their career has had a resurgence, all of them, right? All three of them have this resurgence in their careers at this time. It's just like it all fits together perfectly. Why would you not have them all in a movie? Winona Ryder, she was younger, and she was riding on a high at the time. She just started getting bigger and bigger, so I kind of expected that. Catherine O'Hara, I know she was in a lot of things, and she does comedy really, really well. She's just very, very quick. She's very smart. And Michael Keaton, so many people were back and forth about him with, of course, being Batman. People didn't want him to be Batman. Of course, now he's like the ultimate Batman. Like, isn't it funny that all these years later, he proved everyone wrong. He did comedy. He's done very serious roles. And now he's back in this on another high again because people really want to see him back. They want to see him as Batman again. They want to see him as Beetlejuice again. So all three of them right there being in this movie is one thing. But even Jenna Ortega, now I know people say she takes a lot of these gothy roles and everything, but it does fit. And Burton has a relationship with her, and he works with people who he has a relationship with already, which I think was always cool for Burton to go back and pick his favorites again, right? To work with people he knows how to work with very well. And she's on a huge trajectory right now. Like, she is doing so well. So it does make sense. So she doesn't look like she's playing a total goth Wednesday Addams type role. It looks like she may be a little different to her mother, which is Lydia. So it's going to be interesting to see, are they really opposites? Is she anything like that? Or are they, on different paths and stuff like that? But Catherine O'Hara, man, that whole Schitt's Creek thing, like, I didn't expect that to be as big as it was, and she just took off from that. Like, she's memed and everything all over the place. So this is going to be really, really interesting. I'm so excited. I can't believe it's happening. So here we get a shot of the outside of the Deetz house. It was Barbara and Adam's house, the Maitlands. So I guess maybe they're still there, or I guess we'll see. The whole thing is covered in this whole black cloth, so I don't know if that's Delia, Catherine O'Hara's character, being dramatic and doing that. But what's interesting is there is the sculpture that you remember from the first movie, which apparently was stolen. I think, if I heard that right, I thought I read something that the statue was stolen from the set. Somebody has, I don't know if that's the original. They had to make a new one. They probably had to make a new one. I don't know, but it was stolen. So if you have it, please return it. They redid the house. They had to remake it in the exact spot because it wasn't real. It wasn't a real house. It was just a set. So they had to remake that whole facade to be right in the same spot that it was all those almost 40 years ago now. So we get this shot of what looks like a desk, and it's a picture of Lydia from way back then. But make no mistake, it's not her now, even though it looks like her now. And World's Best Boss. So then it looks like maybe Beetlejuice oversees that whole Neitherworld, the office, that waiting room from the first movie. He must be the boss. He must be in charge of the waiting room to the other side. That's a really interesting concept. So that's curious. I'm wondering where that's going to go. Interesting that he has a picture of her with him all this time later. Wedding cake, it appears. A very morbid looking wedding cake. And I think that's Delia in the right corner. So it looks like it could be Lydia and Beetlejuice. Possibly he's trying to get married to her again after all this time. There is the model of the town that was in the first movie, and it looks like Jenna Ortega's character Astrid is discovering it in the attic. The ad, which was in the first movie as well, the Maitlands found the ad for calling Beetlejuice the bio-exorcist, which is, as a kid, I didn't understand what that meant, but as it was all I do, and it's of course it's funnier. It was a bit of adult humor in this. It was, you know, it was for a little bit of an older audience. Gosh, I saw it when I was like 8 or 9, something like that. I like to see the outfits that Winona is wearing. She's wearing like looks like the schoolgirl outfit that she wore at the end of the movie, of the first movie. So I wonder if it's Astrid, the daughter, who brings him forward. But here in this other shot, we only see Winona, we only see Lydia, so maybe not. So here we get a really high-def shot of Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. Is it me? Or does he look a little different? First of all, he looks a little younger. I mean, that's crazy. He looks better here than he did in 1987. They gave him a little bit more hair, I noticed. You know, it's a bit more green. He looks younger. It's crazy. I don't mean, you know, the afterlife has been kind to Beetlejuice. He looks good. He got a little work done, and you know, maybe they do that back, you know, in the Neitherworld. I don't know, but he looks really good. He just looks younger. That's the one thing I noticed. I'm like, what looks off? He looks younger than he did back then. I'm happy to see that the two sides. You know, there's that really chaotic humor, and then that he does that sort of calm humor kind of thing. I'm hoping that he really goes crazy with it. So what is this? It's the Neitherworld. It's a train. It's a transport. We've got like zombies and creatures all around. I'm in. I'm so in that I can't even stand it right now. Like I'm loving every bit of this picture and this whole little scene. It looks like there's like a little dance number in it. So from what it appears, and I've heard rumor about this, that Astrid does go to the other side. She does make it to the Neitherworld somehow. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because that didn't happen in the first. Lydia did want to go, and she just didn't. You know, the Barbara and Adam stopped her, but Astrid actually makes it. She's human. She's living, and makes it to the other side. So it's going to be really, really interesting. It looks like they're just like taking her hostage, basically. So the other person, it appears, who makes it to the other side is Catherine O'Hara, and I can't even believe that. I can't even believe where this is going. Like, it's one thing for, you know, the characters like Lydia or somebody to go to the other. We kind of expect that, but to have Catherine O'Hara, the Delia Deetz character, in the other world, the Neitherworld here, I can't even believe. And I'm seeing this, I'm looking at it now because it's paused. There's this decayed zombie, Santa Claus. I wonder if it's, there's that story, remember in the Gremlins, and it was an urban legend where, like, the dad dressed up as Santa and he thought he would shimmy down the chimney and surprise, like the kids, but he got stuck. And everybody thought he was just missing, and they found him in the chimney like months later because there was this smell and everything. Like, is that what this is? Is that we're not going to just see like a non-living Santa? Like, it's got to be some kind of joke like that, right? Or just a Santa, some working Santa on the side of the road who got hit, maybe. I don't know. Now, this little boxed character here, people were saying this is possibly Willem Dafoe's character. I don't know. We see him later, so I don't think so. But it's a possibility. So he is there waiting, but I don't know. It's hard to see. The face is all smushed up against the glass, so you can't really tell, but I don't think so. I love Delia's outfit. I can't believe we're going to see her quite a bit. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's leaning into her being a vital part of the story here. Now, this is Monica Bellucci's character, who I've been waiting to see. Now, Tim Burton and his love of stitched up women. We've got Sally. We've got Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Like, he loves that kind of thing. Corpse Bride is another one. And so this is apparently, now this is spoilers, again, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, but this is apparently Beetlejuice's wife or ex-wife or something like that. We don't know. That's the rumor. I'm wondering, and I'd asked it on Twitter, we have a conversation about it with this Beetlejuice fan page on Twitter. Is it the wife he refers to in the first movie? Because remember when he's trying to marry Lydia at the end of the movie? He looks for the ring. He finds a finger in his pocket. He takes it out, and it's the finger with the ring on, and oh, she meant nothing to me. Is this her? Was this real? Like, was that, because we all just assume it was a joke. But she could really have been his wife. So, but that's what it looks like it's leaning toward, that she is his wife, his ex-wife, or something like that. There is the Shrunken Head Man. I don't know if he had a name. I'll have to look. I'll put it in there if there's a name. But so he's back. The puppet looks really good. Looks like it's a little bit of puppet CG happening here. The way the face sort of twists up and everything. Looks like it might happen around Halloween, possibly. Because it looks like that was possibly a little trick-or-treating thing going on, which is so, I mean, any kind of Tim Burton movie that takes place during Halloween, I'm here for it. Well, now, actually, that I think about it, I think I did see set pictures and they had jack-o'-lanterns out, so I think it is. I was forgetting that. So, yes, I guess this takes place during Halloween. I can't even believe that. I can't. I'm just, like, so excited. Now, this is possibly Lydia's husband, this character. I think this is the same guy. I think that's who it is, but I'm not sure. So, I guess we'll find out. So, it looks like Beetlejuice is taking Lydia to the Neitherworld, because there is the wall that, you know, Barbara and Adam knocked on. They drew on the door. He's just got a little bomb there, so, I mean, I guess he's just going to bust right through the wall and take Lydia to the other side to find her daughter. So, interesting to see how that's going to work out. So, someone else must have taken Astrid, maybe not, or maybe Beetlejuice is playing a trick. I know somebody else asked too in that group chat that was going on, is this going to be a little bit more like the cartoon where Lydia and Beetlejuice are sort of friends, and the person really didn't know, the person who knew as much as they could tell us didn't really know, but almost this gives that kind of vibe, right? The cartoon gave this movie way more life than even the movie did after the movie came out. So we may get some of that. That seems to be a little bit where this is headed, that the two of them are together, or at least working together in a major point of this movie, major plot point. So there we see, yeah, he blows right through the wall of, I guess, the Neitherworld. I don't know if that's the same scene or not. And we see there's a whole bunch of Shrunken Head guys. They've all taken over. They're all working in the office of the Neitherworld here. So there's some plane crash, and I wonder if this has to do with the father. Like, I wonder if this is the beginning of the movie, and this is what happens. Like the plane goes down or something, because this looks like it's the real world, and this may be how the movie starts off. I'm not sure. Now we get this janitor here. That's clearly Danny DeVito, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That is Danny DeVito playing like a janitor for the Neitherworld. And there's been rumor that there were at least 2 cameos of other Tim Burton cast members from other movies in this. And Danny DeVito was one of the people who was mentioned, so they're already showing him. I'm kind of surprised at that, but that's definitely Danny DeVito. There's a great shot of Michael Keaton. And then we've got Winona in sort of the red dress again. The red wedding dress. Looks like she's in that chapel that we saw where the wedding cake was. So how is this going to work out? This obviously has to be something to do with that. It has to be like he's pushing for the wedding again. There's Catherine O'Hara waiting in line in the waiting room of the Neitherworld. She looks like, is there a bruise on her neck? Do you see that? Was she bitten? Did she croak in the movie? Something obviously happens. Look, she's got like fang marks on her. So I wonder what happens. This is going to be really interesting. She may have crossed over. Justin Theroux is his name. So he's possibly Lydia's husband. Not sure about that. Here is Monica Bellucci. She's missing the finger. She's missing the finger. That's the finger from the first movie. It has to be. It absolutely has to be. The ring finger that he shows is missing. So that's got to be her. So he must have really still been married at the time. This is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Jenna Ortega, clearly she's in the waiting room. And then here's Willem Dafoe. Now, he does not look like he was in that chained up little vat there. So this looks like a completely different character. He might be like, from what I've heard, the security guard or something like that, or the sheriff of the Neitherworld. And there's somebody behind him. Not sure who that is. It looks like it's like the person split in half or something. I'm not sure. But that may be another cameo person. We don't know. Now there is Monica Bellucci. It looks like she is harassing Danny DeVito. So that's pretty interesting. I guess she's been on the search for Beetlejuice this whole time. All the bolts and staples. It's so Tim Burton. He loves these stitched up women. So it looks like Willem Dafoe's character is also searching for Beetlejuice. So obviously there's some kind of problem that's happening here. And you see one of the Shrunken Head guys is just dressed just like Beetlejuice. And his name is Bob. So they're both looking for him. You can see that. Look at this makeup on Willem Dafoe, the brain, the skull. I mean, it's so cool, but it's not far out CG modern. It really, I know that they said they want to use a lot of the same tech. They want to use puppets. They want to use like old school techniques. So it's really cool. I think it's got the potential to do really, really well. I hope it does. And I mainly hope it does because we've got Beetlejuice and now we've got Beetlejuice. Shouldn't there be a third movie? Beetlejuice. Like, shouldn't there really be, realistically, a third movie? Which I would love to see. Don't know that that's possible. I know people are talking about it, but it would make sense. This, this is so funny. It's such a Tim Burton face. Look at this, and don't tell me you don't think of Large Marge. Like, that's exactly like Large Marge. Now, I don't know if this is CG or it looks a little bit like both. It looked like it was a little bit of a puppet and something else. He's reacting to some picture that we don't know what it is. But it's so very, tell him Large Marge sent you, So Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder's characters get stuck in this part of the Neitherworld with the Sandworms. And we know that they said that the Sandworms would be in it and would be stop motion. And it really looks like they are. I mean, that looks like good, smooth stop motion. I'm so excited. We haven't seen stop motion in a movie for a little while. Every now and again, and I know Guillermo del Toro did with Pinocchio. So we have seen it a little bit here and there, but not too often. So it looks like Winona Ryder and the Justin Theroux character get dropped into what is Beetlejuice's office. So I wonder if they're like the Maitland role, right? If they're like the Adam and Barbara, they're trying to like get their daughter back. So that'll be interesting to see. And of course, he turns around. There he is in this ridiculous, like, in a very un-Beetlejuice fashion of clothing choice with the glasses and everything. And so this is funny. This, again, calls back to the first movie. We don't see it. We don't even know how horrible and how hideous it is. We just see the wings and the slop from the back of the head. That was just like the first movie. So here is Delia Deetz and Beetlejuice. Maybe Delia will marry Beetlejuice. Could you imagine? Because, Charles is gone now and he's looking to marry somebody. He's looking kind of interested in her right now, isn't he? So, like, that will be really interesting. And if she has crossed over, that's a possibility. I don't know. We don't quite know the story yet, even though we've had rumor and everything. Some of it's kind of adding up. Some of it is piecing together so far. Man, wouldn't that be crazy if that's where they took it? That Delia marries Beetlejuice or some weird thing like that. But it appears maybe she was bitten or something and crossed over. I don't know. Where is it going to go? I still can't quite fully grasp the plot yet. And I haven't looked at anything yet. So maybe I'll look and see what people are saying about it. And maybe the plot will become a little bit more clear. But it does look like Delia's daughter goes to the other side and they have to get her back. And Beetlejuice might be the one helping. So who brought over Astrid? That's going to be the question. Is there going to be some other kind of villain? Is it the Monica Bellucci character? So I guess we'll see. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. September 6th, it can't come fast enough. I can't wait. Let me know in the comments, what are your theories? What are your thoughts? Where do you think this is going to go? What do you think about all these characters and everybody returning? Were you a fan of this? Like, I'm so excited. I just can't wait. And it seems like a lot of people are talking about it, getting really excited about it. People are nervous, it is an older property yet again. It's like a rehashing. We're bringing, back out something that's older. There's not a lot of original properties anymore. But this is something that if you know the history of this movie, that from when this movie came out, they've been talking about a sequel. So it's like, this is like the impossible dream. It's like, finally, let's just finally make it happen. And it's happening. So let me know your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you next time.